Hey guys, how's it going? It's your boy M.K.S. Back with another video. Hope your family, you and all yours are well, as they say. My cat was watching a video earlier. YouTube has done that really weird thing where my clock was on 8 seconds and it went back to 0 for some reason. But I'm just hoping it didn't cut out my video. But I normally repeat the same intro anyway. But today I want to focus on black writers, mainly black British writers, but black writers generally, especially from Britain and Africa as well. So I've been trying to check out, and I thought it'd be really easy if I just put 40 black British writers and it would just come up and I just copy it from that list or whatever. But I suppose one, getting distracted and checking out other things, and secondly, people don't post like necessarily lists like that. But anywho, I hope I don't forget anything, but I have written it down as I did with the poetry and the art thing, which I was talking about on YouTube, but I still haven't got my Facebook as well, and I haven't got my Facebook channel back. But I'm just thinking, my brain's not working too hard. I've been feeling a bit under the weather. I don't know if that's because I haven't eaten enough or because I am just overthinking and stressed or whatever, or for whatever reason. Maybe I didn't sleep right or whatever. I mean, I did have something to eat. I did have some lasagna, and sometimes I don't even eat at all. So I don't know if it's that. I just feel really irritable. And I hope I don't forget things or whatever. I suppose with Facebook and YouTube, like keep deleting my stuff or whatever, or taking my accounts away. I hope they just bring it all back. But there are a few things I wanted to cover, but I mainly wanted to cover about black writers. But I was thinking, because it's a Wednesday as well, I think of things that begin with W or whatever. Like I'm thinking of like, I know I've been covering like black works by black people for Black History Month. I want to do more of the dyslexia stuff in December and neurodiversity generally in November. But sorry, I'm trying to remember my train of thought again. Yeah, I've written it down as I say here. I normally don't. I did mention. I don't know if problem is some I covered on Facebook, so I'm not sure if I managed to cover those on YouTube before last week. I think I can't remember if I had my account back. I seem to have lost one account, then got the other. But yeah, so I did poets, then artists and writers in that order. So I call it poor. Obviously, well, I'm doing the writers one now. But yeah, black poor in this case because, or if you like, black British and African poor, as in poet, artists and writers. So poor being an acronym for poets, artists and writers. So anyway, I'll try and get onto it. And yeah, it was not quite as easy as I think it should be, because I think like the first time when I did it for poets, I sort of just put black poets, and then I forgot I should have just put like 40 black British poets or whatever, and that hopefully it would be in a list, and I could have just copied it from one website. I did want to check out different websites and whatever, but the main point of this is to raise the profile. I did want to do research on these people to raise their profile, on these mainly black British people, but I haven't really read a huge amount about them, but hopefully sharing their name will help. But also I was thinking that even, I guess technically I could have just made a video saying to check out on YouTube or sorry, on Google, but no, I can say on Google, including on Wikipedia and different websites like Black History Month UK and that. I was thinking, I hope I haven't repeated the names, and some of the names, I hope I don't butcher the names, because I do struggle with pronunciation. But anyway, yeah, I was thinking of like a few other things, but I might cover those a bit later, because I've just seen the clock in the corner. It's a good job that clock's there, because otherwise I'd waffle on without realising how long I've been going. So I'm going to crack on with the list. So these are hopefully pointers number 1, or in this case writers number 1 to 10 as per usual. So yeah, I thought in the first week when I did stuff on black poets, which I hope there's a record of that somewhere, but I think I did on Facebook, and so far I don't have my account, so I hope I get all my stuff back as it was. I hope it hasn't been deleted or whatever, ideally. It's not ideal, of course, but I thought afterwards I learned something, or I thought of the idea in hindsight, which is I could cover I could just type in 40, but I wondered how many black British artists there are, but I imagine there's at least 40, I imagine. But anyway, but yeah, so I thought if I type up 40 British artists or poets or writers or whatever, I could just copy it from there. But I suppose I did get a bit distracted by different websites, or they don't always have a list of 40, so I had to check different ones. So I'm hoping I didn't repeat too many names, hope I don't butcher too many names, and hope I don't waffle too much, and I'll probably cover some other things a bit later. But anyway, here goes. So number 1, David Olusoga. I pronounce his surname right, as I say. I was going to say I don't really read much, to be honest with you. In fact, I never really read, but I hope to encourage people who do read to check out these people and to promote their works by Black British people mainly. As I hope I pronounce his surname correctly, reading his first name only. He's a Black British historian and writer. I mean, you'll see a lot of him on the BBC if you watch BBC programmes. I know they're not always the most popular nowadays. People see them as a bit too politically correct or whatever, but yeah, he does a lot on Black British history. But yeah, so he's a historian. I was thinking I could have included him in point number 21 because like 21 again, but I thought I'd include his name first. Again, I haven't really done a huge amount of research on these people, and like I might have a list. I might just have one book that they've written that put in brackets or whatever. But I hope you all check out like David Olusoga and be inspired to Google like Black British writers or things like that. But moving on, the second writer I'm going to cover is, the second writer I'm mentioning is Bernardine Evaristo. Again, I pronounced that correctly. Number 3, Zadie Smith. Zadie Smith. Number 4, Mallory Blackman. And I was thinking, certain numbers remind me of certain things. And I thought, although I'm trying to cover, like, in this case, Black writers, I was thinking, like, I was going to say, see, these are the things we should be supporting, in my opinion, as POC, Black people and other POC, like these sorts of things, rather than like joining militaries and fighting each other and fighting our own people and being divided. It reminds me of, like, I often think of that, like when I saw the financial guru, the Japanese-American financial guru, as it happens, Robert Kiyosaki, who wrote Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and that kind of thing. I've seen some of his videos on YouTube, but I don't really read. But he was saying, but when he was on the Oprah Winfrey show, she said, see, these are the things we should be learning in school about money. And I think these are the things, although I suppose that's my personal opinion in this case, I don't think POC should join militaries. I think instead we should support each other, like we should support Black writers and things like that, Black and Asian writers. In this case, I'm saying Black writers because Black History Month, and other times like Asian, mixed race, or other such writers. But yeah, I just wanted to make that point. Yeah, as I say, I wish to God that POC, people of colour, and even my fellow dyslexics often say, and other than so people, especially in fact, won't join militaries. I think we should support our own people, like support people in Africa, in Black people's case, and that kind of thing, instead of supporting militarism. But that's my personal opinion, and that's very controversial, but I'm sticking to it, unless someone can somehow prove me otherwise. It would be a hard sell to prove me otherwise. I just want to say before I move on to number 5, the 5th writer. In this case, point number 5, I would normally say, but in this case, the 5th writer. I went to this neurodiverse group. I think I mentioned it yesterday, but I went to it yesterday, and I was a bit shy to talk about my ideas, and I thought, I don't know, maybe I could have mentioned it, but I didn't want to overtake the group, like about how I'd love to encourage dyslexic and other neurodiverse people to go to Italy and share ideas for football and to Celtic and all those sorts of things. But yeah, I was a bit shy to discuss them. Unfortunately, the next one's not going to be till the end of the month, the end of next month. But ideally, I'd love to cover loads of stuff, and I hope my Facebook and YouTube will be working. And it'd be great to have TikTok and other sources, so at least I have a copy somewhere. If I had my Facebook, at least I could post some of these things. So I was thinking, like I was going to say, even if I didn't even if I didn't Google and check some of these things out. So I'm just trying to make sure my cat doesn't jump with this pen in the wrong place where it might knock my stuff over. But to check on Google. So if I didn't make this list, I suppose people could check it out anyway. Moving on, number 5, Andrea Levy. I've seen the surname Levy. It seems more like a Jewish surname, but Andrea Levy is number 5. again, I didn't really write anything about her, but except for her name. Number 6, Helen. And again, this is really difficult for me to pronounce. I struggle with very simple names, but as I partly jokingly said, I hope I don't butcher her surname, and I hope I didn't butcher her first name. But Helen Ayemi, spelled E-Y-E, like I, and then Y-M-I. So yeah, I hope people will check these people out on Google. Now I've spelled it out. Hopefully people will go check it out. So E-Y, so I, just like you spell I, and then Y-M. I don't know how to pronounce it. Amy, I don't know how to pronounce that. But moving on, number 7, Patience, and another one that's I find hard to pronounce, but Agbaboy. I can't even read my own writing either. But yeah, Patience, Agbaboy, who is a poet and writer. Number 8, playwright, Roy Williams. Number 9, another thing I want to say for point number 8, actually, before I move on to number 9. So I'd love to have my own creative rooms. I think there was something else I was going to say for point number 8. I've completely forgot. For number 6, I was going to mention how I type up things for Italian football. And number 7, I was going to mention how Celtic, going a bit off topic for 6 and 7, back off things like Italian football, and how I'd love for Italian football to be world class, things like with W, and maybe dyslexic and black people could help with that. Improve relations through football, which is something I mentioned before. And number 7 is Celtic. Celtic are playing today, and I hope we can finally turn our season around. It's been a bit of a rough season. Our only saving grace, so to speak, is that Rangers haven't been that great either. So ideally, I would love for Rangers to lose as usual, and I'd love for Celtic to win, and I'd love for Hearts to drop points. But I really hope we can kick on with our new manager, Martin O'Neill. It looks, looking at a manager from Ipswich, formerly of Ipswich, I'm thinking, that's quite a low level. That's quite something that, with all due respect, I don't think it's very inspiring. And like lower league level in England. I don't think Ipswich have ever been in the EPL, English Premier League. So a bit worried about that. Completely forgot. Knew there was something I was going to forget about how I'd love for Italian football to be world class, and they could be like France, utilising migration, at least. Maybe that's why France allows migrants sometimes, but. Not sure, but I suppose people from not the diaspora, but the people who were colonised want to go to France. I was going to say the motherland. It's not really the motherland for them, but anyway. But yeah, how I'd love for Italian football to be world class, and I'd love for dyslexics to contribute to that, and also black people. So improving relations through football, tackling racism through football in Italy, hopefully. Ideally, I know there is unfortunately a lot of racism included in football, unfortunately, but yeah, number 8, as I say, I would love for POC to work together. But yeah, 9, Nadia Mohammed. 10, and finally 10 is, now I don't know if this is pronounced Carol. It's spelled like a bit like Carol, but a little bit different. Caryl. So I'm not sure how to pronounce that. Carol Phillips. If anyone knows how to pronounce these words better than me, which is not saying much, or if anyone knows how to pronounce them generally, please let me know in the comments. Like if you put like their name and then in brackets how to pronounce them. But anyway, I'm not sure whether I want to go for a walk first and then go to sleep, or I want to go to sleep first and then go for a walk. I think I might go to sleep for a bit and then go for a walk. Hopefully not for too long anyway. Hopefully not for too much of a long sleep. But anyway. Yeah, hope Celtic can turn it around as well, on a side note, and pick it up and start winning games and getting points. I mean, this is a big week for us. Don't really care about the European games I mentioned recently, but normally I would probably do videos on Celtic, but because Black History Month and it's a Wednesday and I planned this before, I wanted to stick to this, and I thought I'd stick to the Black poets, artists and writers, because in December I could do like the irony of dyslexic poets and writers. I mean, there's many dyslexics are good artists, but anyway, I am out, and peace and love.